So you gave me a chance, an opportunity.
I want to keep my feet on the ground. I don't want to get lost in my own sauce.
A federal lawsuit now directly targets the soundtrack of a generation, claiming one of wrestling's most famous themes was built on an unauthorized sample. A former talent breaks a 15-year silence with a story that contradicts everything you know about a company icon. And the president of WWE just defined the financial ceiling for the entire roster in one blunt statement. This isn't about matches, this is about the machinery that operates in the shadows. First, a legal challenge that could force a rewrite of history. A federal complaint has been filed against WWE, TKO, and John Cena, centered on the creation of his entrance theme, My Time Is Now. The plaintiff, Kim Schofield, asserts the track's defining horn sections were sampled without permission from a recording produced by her father. According to detailed reporting from Post Wrestling, the suit argues these specific horn arrangements were original work, distinct from the underlying song they accompanied. The case takes a more serious turn with an allegation of a tainted settlement. Schofield claims she accepted a $50,000 deal with WWE in 2017, but now contends the company withheld critical information during those negotiations. She is now seeking to nullify that agreement and recover over $150,000 in damages. This isn't a simple royalty dispute. This is a direct legal assault on the auditory signature of John Cena's entire career, emerging just days before his scheduled retirement match, threatening to complicate the legacy of that moment with a courtroom battle. That legacy is also being scrutinized through a new, unflattering lens. Former WWE star David Otunga used his YouTube platform to recount a 2010 incident following a live event in Paris. Otunga describes a match with John Cena, Wade Barrett, and Evan Bourne that devolved due to miscommunication, leading to Cena stiffing him physically in the ring. The situation escalated backstage. Otunga claims Cena confronted him with a profane critique, telling him he wasn't a real wrestler and didn't belong there. Otunga stated the experience left him with tears of anger and fundamentally altered his perception of both Cena and the WWE system. He added that Goldust witnessed the exchange and immediately agreed Cena's conduct was out of line. While Otunga concludes by saying he eventually gained Cena's respect, the story serves as a raw, unvarnished counter-narrative to the relentlessly positive C-Nation leader, exposing a layer of tension and ego rarely seen publicly. This theme of clashing with established authority finds a different expression in a story from CM Punk. On WWE's Break It Down series, Punk revisited his decision to wear Randy Macho Man Savage-inspired ring gear on a 2011 episode of Raw, a tribute following Savage's passing. Punk stated that after the gear was made, a high-ranking WWE official saw it and directly instructed him not to wear it on television. Punk's response was to agree, then wear it anyway. His explanation was characteristically straightforward. He intended to honor an idol, and a corporate directive would not stop him. This act of deliberate defiance, years before his infamous 2014 departure, frames Punk's entire career philosophy, a willingness to prioritize personal principle over institutional order, for better or worse. The institution itself is now operating under a clearly articulated corporate doctrine. WWE President Nick Khan, speaking on the Inside the Ring podcast, defined the company's compensation model with unambiguous clarity. Framing WWE as a pure meritocracy, Khan named top stars like Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Cody Rhodes, and CM Punk as those who are getting rich. He then delivered the explicit counterpart. If you're in the middle, you're not getting rich, but you have a really good life. He presented this stark divide not as a problem, but as the proper order of business, explicitly contrasting it with the financial instability of boxing. This statement is a policy declaration. It sets a defined ceiling for the majority of the roster, and publicly codifies the immense value gap between the main event and everyone else. Amid these concrete business and legal matters, a more subjective debate continues. An editorial piece circulating argues that Brock Lesnar's utility to WWE has expired. The case made cites perceived diminishing returns on his appearances, ongoing audience fatigue linked to past controversies, repetitive in-ring presentations, and the argument that his spot could better serve emerging talent. It posits that a structured retirement storyline, putting over a new star on his exit, represents Lesnar's final valuable contribution. This perspective underscores the constant tension in wrestling between leveraging established legends and cultivating the next generation. The real narratives are unfolding in legal filings, in candid recollections of conflict, and in boardroom declarations of policy. The drama behind the curtain is gaining its own audience. For ongoing coverage of these developments, subscribe to Alpha War Room.
We'll see it through. Alpha War Room now. Hear the battle cry. Raw power finds its beneath the stormy sky, unleashed in dominant force. None can hide, the challenge has begun with nothing to abide. Our right for reign cannot be denied.